In the figure below, there are 100 parts. 25 of those parts are shaded. Therefore, 25% of the figure is shaded. The percent symbol follows the number like shown below. To rewrite 18% as a decimal. First thing you do is write out your 18%, which equals, as you learned earlier, 18 times 0.01. To solve that, you just move the decimal place 2 points to the left to give you 0.18 as your answer. Now we have an example of writing 18% as a fraction. You had just learned that 18% equals 18 times 1 over 100. You multiply the 18 across, giving you 18 over 100, and that is 18% as a fraction. To convert 0.55 to a percent, you must first multiply the decimal by 100%. Move the decimal place 2 places to the right and write the percent sign to give you an answer of 55%. To convert 4/5 as a fraction, you must multiply it by 100%, giving you 400 over 5, which simplifies to 80%. Find 6.8% of 230. You can use the basic percent equation. 6.8 is the percent and 230 is the base. You multiply them together to give you 15.64 as the amount. The question raised is 6% at 475,000 is what? Of meaning times, is meaning equals. Therefore, you get the equation 0.06 times 475,000 equals the amount. Therefore, the real estate agent makes $28,500. Agent makes an 8% commission on a $500,000 house. How much do they earn? To solve this problem, use the basic percent equation. You ask yourself, 8% of 500,000 is what? Of meaning times is meaning equals gives you the equation 8% times 500,000 equals the amount they earn, which is n. Now, earlier you had learned to convert the percent to a decimal. You move the decimal point 2 places to the left, giving you 0.08 times 500,000 equals n. And when you solve that, you find that the real estate agent will make $40,000. Once again, we will be using the basic percent equation. What percent of 65 is 15? Once again, you'll see of meaning times and is meaning equals. Therefore, you will get the equation n times 65 equals 15. Then you divide each side by 65, and n equals 0.231. Multiply that by 100 to give you 23.1%. $30 is what percent of 200? To solve this problem, you can use the basic percent equation, but this time you are giving 30, which is the amount, and 200, which is the base. So you plug this into the equation, use n for the percent that you want to find, times 200 equals 30. Now the first thing you want to do is divide each side by 200. So you get n equals 0.15. And you multiply that by 100 to give you the missing percent. Therefore, n equals 15%. From the numbers given to you in the problem, you can ask yourself what percent of 42 is 30. Again, using the keywords of and is, you can write your equation, which is n times 42 equals 30. Next, divide each side by 42 to give you 0.714. Multiply 100 to give you 71.4%. Again, we will be using the basic percent equation. %25 of what is 95? To solve this problem, we'll use the basic percent equation. You are given the percent and the amount, so the missing variable is the base. Then create your equation based on the information given to you. 75 is 20% of what? In this problem, you are giving 75, which is the amount, and 20%, which is the percent. So what you're missing is the base. You plug this into your percent equation, and you get 0.2 times n for the missing base equals 75. Divide each side by 0.2, giving you n equals 375. Therefore, 375 is your base. You are given the amount, which is 4,500, and the percent, which is 25%. Plug those numbers into the equation with the base as the variable n. You then have 25% times n equals 4,500. Convert the percent to a decimal by moving the decimal place 2 to the left 2 times. Then divide each side of the equation by 0.25. Therefore, the car's original value was $18,000. The proportion method is based on writing two ratios. One ratio is the percent, written as percent over 100. The second ratio is the amount to base ratio, written as amount over base. The two ratios form the proportion below. "42 is the percent and 65 is the base. Plug these numbers into the proportion to give you 42 over 100 is equal to n, which is the amount, over 65. Cross multiply the two ratios to give you 42 times 65 is equal to 100 times n. Multiply 65 by 42 to give your 2,730 equals 100n. Divide by 100 to give you an answer of 27.3. The problem is 18% of what is 12. You are giving the percent and you are giving the amount, but you don't have the base. To solve this problem, you're going to use a proportion. The first ratio will be 18, which is the percent, over 100, is equal to the amount over the base, which is 12 over n. Cross multiply across to give you 18n equals 12 times 100. Therefore, you have 18n equals 1,200. You divide each side by 18, giving you n equals 66.667, repeating. "48 is the percent and 32 is the base. Plug these numbers into the proportion to give you 48 over 100 equals n, which is the amount, over the base, which is 32. Cross multiply to give you 48 times 32 equals 100 times n. Multiply 48 by 32 to give you 1,536 equals 100n. Divide by 100 to give you an answer of 15.36.